Welcome back, Canes family, to the film review. It's always better to be in the booth after a dub. Big one last night. Hard Rock was electric. So we'll just get straight into it, man. And we'll start here. Notre Dame's in the 31 set. 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver down here, trying to get a quick screen to their slot receiver. They have a big receiver here trying to throw that block. OJ with some physicality. Love this because this mindset from our team is definitely showing, but none other than the cornerback room. Think about Damari Brown blowing up that screen with that physicality and that ball popping into one Scott, his hands, then his foot, and then falling into Bain's lap for the interception. So that's where it starts. The physicality at corner, have to throw it out there because there were some times where I saw some great physicality, and again, it caused the turnover there. So love to see Mario's imprint all over the roster. If you have tough corners, you're going to be tough everywhere else. First look here at the Carson Beck era at Miami. Trips here, we come out with our 13 set. We got Keelan Marion one-on-one here, but look at this leverage given up by the DB. He's giving him the inside. He has help inside, so obviously he doesn't want this receiver to beat him outside. So what does Keelan Marion do? Just take it. Simple split release, get inside. Was the backside read. Carson Beck doesn't like what he has going over here. Flat hitch corner combo. Doesn't like that. Comes back over to the middle because you have that leverage. Just take it. Now you have all the space in the world for you to just race to the football and get negative. And we'll talk about that a little later. But I was actually impressed with some of the receiver work, last night. It was a wet ball, obviously, Carson Beck's first time. I think the floor can be really high. And if they can reach the ceiling, this might really be a good receiver room. Here we are bringing some pressure off the edge. This is usually, what you would want if you're throwing a tunnel screen. You want to catch the defense blitzing and throw this on behind, but immediate pressure from the defensive line and linebacker in his face. So now he has to contort that angle. See a Toure. Now he has to sidearm it a little bit. Great job here for Xavier Lucas. We talked about the corner recently with OJ, and when we get to Damari Brown play coming up, but just look at Scott's recognition here. Immediately, you see him and Mazador read that. Look at our 2 big defensive linemen at the same time reading screen. They had numbers here. This is what happens when you play with situational awareness, just overall awareness. This was a great job here by Scott, and he gets rewarded with the turnover, causing the fumble. Thomas is right on the right spot, right time. But I love D tackles with single digits, man. And if you make plays like this, it is all more better. I love the single digit D tackles. Great job, great recognition, way to run this down. Big guy. This is why we went out there and got that 5-star out of Chicago, Illinois, which is like Notre Dame territory. Notre Dame, Ohio State, these type of guys were all over him, and he was able to. We were able to secure his commitment to the U. Big time play here from Scott. Just all about his recognition, and just to see the whole D line as a whole, just see what was coming and start flowing to the football. This is Bain coming from the opposite side here. I mean, Mezzi was right there with Scott. So just to see the entire defensive line read that and start chasing to the football, getting hats to the football, this was a good sign. Not the flashiest of plays, but again, liking what I'm seeing from Keelan right here. Has that inside release. This time the cornerback gets a good initial jam on him, shoots that hand. Now he's following up. This is a lot of young receivers don't do. They just go inside, run into traffic, or try to make an extra move. You see he's walling off his receiver. He's trying to block him off in his route. Be physical. Fight back through it, man. Look at his hands play right here. Pushing through, fighting back through, and then creating separation and go low and make this catch. Right here. This is man-to-man now. He's right in front of you. Whether you're going to try to get around him, that's why I hate new age receivers that, don't want to be touched, You could run through this type of contact. You could show some of that. I like that aggressiveness right here, running straight through, then stopping on a dime. If this wasn't the best of balls, just going low and picking that up. So little nuances you get from a senior wide receiver, you expect to see that type of stuff. So excited that the floor of this receiving room could be really good. Even though the running game wasn't the most electric, obviously we had those backs that can make those big plays. This was a hard fought game. You were turning your legs forward and just nonstop moving if you were going to gain yards. But love the way our offensive line just physically imposed Notre Dame's D line. They're probably going to be one of the better D lines that we play throughout the year, unless we talk an ACC championship and playoffs. But just look at the point of attack here, man. We got to get to the first down mark. This is how you wash people down. Coop didn't really even have to do nothing that crazy. Double team right here with 83 and Francis just moving people. Everybody washing down, washing down. Look at our receivers, CJ Daniels. Everybody just putting that physicality on them. Right? I think this Mario Cristobal identity now year 4 has just been it's just cemented. To be honest with you, I hate to say it, but yeah, I just think we're tough at a lot of positions. Runs like this, we just mauled Notre Dame, even without the explosive runs, the ones that, someone for 10, someone for, 15, but we didn't get those long ones. But, there's a lot of hands on the hip, especially for a team that had 8 defensive tackles. Again, not the flashiest of runs, but this is how we were just overtime wearing Notre Dame out. Look at the combo blocks going on here from the tight end room, right? You got Lofton going right at the thigh pad here, right at that hip thigh area. This double team, get him out of the way. Boom. Now you're looking at Pancake and Markel Bell, probably one of the two of the most physically imposing human beings on our team. And so you love to see these type of double teams going, right? This type of work. You already see Markel Bell sealing, trying to get up to the next level. You love to see our big guys comboing like that. 2 combos right here, which get this lane for Mark Fletcher to cut up and get some positive yards. But it really was a masterpiece. Short yardage gains, but some of the combination blocks we're going to see throughout this review. High end offensive line play for sure. This is one that we are hoping Lofton learns from, and we want him to have these type of experiences. When you're placing a Royal, everybody just thinks of that elite downfield speed and all those playmaking plays that he made downfield. You got to be able to finish this wham block here coming through. Just get square a little bit, caught just on the shoulder pad, bounced off. You got to get square here so you can make that block. Not going to pretend to be a kicker or a special teams guy or a long snapper here, but a lot of things go for granted. We've had some really consistent, good long snappers over the last couple of years. So these type of mistakes on a wet surface, just an errant snap is just going to take points off the board for me. So this is ugly. Don't want to watch it again. This is not on our really good punter and Joyce. This is just an errant snap. This was one of my keys to the game. Interior, being able to get upfield, get pressure, interior pass rush, interior, crashing on run lanes. Here you got here with David Blay, who has a great fire off the football. There's a couple times in here in this review where we're going to look at number 11, see the way he fires off that football. They're going to try to down block here. You see this center trying to down block here to hinge, and they're pulling that left guard, and he's just going to shoot the gap. Every time Miami has had this one single linebacker guy really kind of in the box, they've run this QB power, QB draw, and most times it kind of worked for Notre Dame. But here with this interior pressure and getting into that backfield, it did not. You're not going to be able to down hinge him in time. Right through. Great burst off the line of scrimmage. Really actually impressed with some. There's a play I'll get to, but yeah, he really has some pop off the line. Just beautiful development and cohesion of this. Just look at this run play in real time. Get the motion, man. Just in real time. It just you could see it without even the point out, man. Look at the offensive line wash down. Look at this right side of the offensive line. Look at Big Coop and Francis. Get this guy out of here. Great wham block this time. Now Francis peels off. He lets Coop do his thing. Now he's butt to the hole to seal through. So now Mark Fletcher can get through. This is just so well coached. I know a lot of these well-blocked runs only went for 4 or 5 yards through this game because it's just tough sledding. Notre Dame's a good team. But just perfect cohesion. Look at the wash down blocking here. Look at everybody moving. Francis, okay, has my inside shoulder on this guy's outside pad. All right, Cooper got him now. Now let me seal this linebacker here. This is just beautiful, just blocking and just cohesion between the offensive line. And this is only game one. So we're expecting leaps and leaps and leaps as the season progresses. Canes family. So I know I've been telling y'all, again, the word generational is so overused, but I don't overuse it. When I told y'all Mally was generational because of his abilities in his own right. When y'all were trying to compare it to JJ, things like that. But yeah, Canes fans, it's real. The hype is real. The ability is real. We'll get straight into it. I can't wait for the whole game to come out so I get some other angles of this. But here we are, 2x2 set. Tight end here, so it's 11 set. We have our tight end, 3 receivers. I want to go ahead and fake that drag. Perfect footwork going left, right. So anytime you're going back out, you want to be pushing out from that inside foot. And look at this. He's going, we call this going negative, getting negative. See where he's catching this ball? He started off around 3 yards. You want to sell this drag. You're attacking this DB's outside shoulder. Now he's feeling, okay, I got to run. This guy's going to cross. This is one of the hardest passes to guard as a DB and man. Somebody crossing, dragging across. Boom, boom. Sit down there, gets negative, catches his ball only 1 yard, but he creates separation in space. So now he has this yards after the catch. He's going to be a yak monster. He creates hella separation, very smooth, and just, again, ahead of his time when it comes to his route running, getting negative. This is stuff that you have to tell really, really good veteran receivers and keep reminding them how to do it. But Mally's just built different as baby Jesus for sure. Quick RPO. Love this from Carson Beck. Just pull it over. This defender, this number 2, shoots. He's going for the run game. Quick out, immediately out to Mally. He's going to make a little play real quick for the first down. Love this read from Carson Beck. As soon as he's reading that number 2 defender, all right, you're going to commit to the run. So I hate the condense sometimes. You don't see this defender lined up over here on Mally, and then he's shooting in. That's what Carson Beck's looking at with that exchange with the running back. So love this read here from Carson Beck, and I love the fact that Mally's on the other end of it, which means the coaching staff has faith in him, because if they're tagging him as the receiver on that RPO, that means they want him to get the ball. Just so advanced here. So you got inside leverage, right? So the guy's trying to give him the inside. He's outside of him, right? So his inside shoulder pad is on Mally's outside shoulder pad. So he's giving the inside up because he has help, right? So look at Mally. Eat this cushion up. Nice little slow tempo. Give his move and then start going. Carson Beck. Don't really like the football. I'm not going to act like I didn't see that there. But that speed, that quick little and then putting up his speed is how Mally creates that separation. You'll see it a little bit better on this next angle coming up. But just so advanced in his route running. It's all about tempo. It's all about deceptive speed. Your suddenness. There it goes. Boom. Now I'm going for it. Now we talked about getting negative. If that ball, Carson Beck wasn't under duress and falling, fading back, yeah, this ball is probably caught right there at the top of the M. However, the ball's underthrown because of duress. Now again getting negative, getting back to the football, racing to the football, just generational ball skills, awesome talent overall. I mean, the Canes fam has got him one. See right here, you see this separation? If Carson Beck was just in the pocket cool, that ball's getting put right over there, right? Carson Beck's under duress, throws one up to a 17-year-old who gets negative and beats the defensive back to the ball and get to the end zone. This is real deal Holyfield, y'all boys. Go Canes. Love to see this from Popo in the linebacker room. Anytime you're guarding covering a big time athlete out of the backfield, it's always a tough assignment. Love here. You see this little shift here. Love Popo screwing down. This is an easy throw for a freshman quarterback, huh? But Popo closing down, that good speed, sideline to sideline, solid tackling ability. There's 2 or 3 times where Popo was able to make one-on-one tackles in space on Love, and this is just what you love to see from the linebacker room. Going back to one of my big keys of the game, interior, penetration. So got a Bower boy here with Moten. He's put himself on the map over the last year or two. But just look at that burst off this football, getting right through that zone blocking speed. You see everybody Notre Dame shifting to the right, going to the right, just cutting right through here, man, blowing right past this guard. This running back shouldn't even have got what he got. 2 yards is too much. This is just great job here from Moten penetrating. If we could roll these D tackles and keep this penetration from the interior, we are going to be scary. You guys think Mesidor and Bain had crazy games? It's a lot of it has to do with how the front, the front two, front three, four D tackles played. Well-timed play call here from Notre Dame. We're going to see this in the big-time games. Of course, these guys are making millions of dollars. They're going to get a good thing. They're going to catch us right here with a blitz here off the edge. So Wesley has to replace him. So that's a light box. They're going to get two big guys rolling here. So you already have a big guy to go ahead and take care of that linebacker. So that's just catching us in a good call. But love to see this effort here from Mesidor. This is Notre Dame just catching us in a good call. We're blitzing. We're trying to replace. They're going to run right at that because now he's outside the play. Boom, one pooler going to kick out, block that. Now we got one pooler, lead blocking here to take out that linebacker. Good run here from the running back. Look at Mesidor. True outside containment. He's sitting there. If this quarterback pulled that ball, yeah, you know what time it is. We all know what time it is. But then look now at this hustle and effort, getting down here to want to make this tackle. Just love what we saw from Akeem Mesidor. He looked like a dog. And just want to add, he would not be making those plays at that same weight last year. That tweener defensive tackle, man. Him, pure DN, he looks good, man. Looks good. Again, Notre Dame's going to catch us bringing that edge blitz. So you see Scott here as he's getting around. Now there's only just a kick out block here. Man on man here, and now this hole. You have to find a way if you're Wesley Basaint, or this might be Chase Smith. You have to find a way to get off that. And OJ as well creeped a little bit far, two inside, got two inside. So this play went immediately outside. Now you're sealed block. So a little bit better alignment there from the defense, which I don't have much complaints about. And this is the first game, so I thought they played well. But this is one of those ones where you just don't want to shoot straight in on the edge, because you give up the entire sideline when you're at that corner. So they caught us in that nickel blitz again, similar to the last play we were just looking over. It's going to happen, man. When you roll the dice and you send some blitzes, hey, the other guys on their side, could be making a call for it. I'm 99.9% sure that Ruben Bain caused this fumble. Look at this. He's going to go against 3 Fighting Irish here. Got a pulling guard, got a tackle, got a tight end coming by. Still going to get his hat right on the football and pop it out, man. If this was not a dominant performance, I don't know what is. I thought Akeem Mesidor and Ruben Bain flashed, but Bain just made some crazy dominant plays. And unfortunately, we're going to get, into one of the non-dominant plays here. So this is, we're playing coverage here. We're 3 down. Sometimes this is the backfire of having a defensive tackle out here. They don't have the same speed and agility, and I'm a Moten guy. But he wins this pass rush here, and now he's on the edge, but he's not your Mesidor or your Baines or your Malik Bryants, those guys making these plays in space. So I seen everybody like, oh my God. And he also doesn't have that same outside integrity as a regular DN. He's not worried about outside containment when he's rushing. He's more of a, he's a D tackle. So some of those things just get away from you, and this guy was able to come right across. But would have loved to see just some more, effort getting to him, and just a complete coverage bust. He did snake eye our DBs. If you guys see here, everybody's going this way. The young buck, little swag on this one. I'm not gonna lie, I give credit where credit's due, because he snake eyed the life out of everybody. See everybody going this way. They're looking literally at him. Everybody's thinking he's going in 9. He's going in 9. So nice little swag and flavor to the game for the young buck. I give credit where it's due. But would just love for it to be a big play, or just force him to get rid of the football, not cut back, and then still had that time to find somebody. We didn't have those 50, 60 plus flashy runs with it, man. Some tough running here. So look at our new center, Brockmeyer and Matthew McCoy work on this double team, right? Perfect technique. You see that our center with his inside shoulder, everything, so he can get up to this linebacker. So even though this is a 4-yard, 5-yard run, I mean, the cohesion between the double teams and getting up to the backers and things of that nature for our offensive line is just all the way there. I mean, you could buy 4 or 5 yards before contact. This is going to be a very, very, very good rushing attack. Love this for multiple reasons. We'll start with the 2x2. I like the tight set with the motion out of the running back. Like that. because it just gets one more person out of the box. Because you knew, look at Carson Beck's eyes. He knew when he had that man, he was going here to Mally. Was going here to Mally in man coverage. Again, they're giving the inside, that inside stem. He takes away that leverage, sizes the DBs up, step on the toe. Now I'm inside. Boom, ball right on there. Imagine being your fifth year, $4 million quarterback, and he's looking to a 17-year-old, and these go-to gotta have it situations, man coverage. He's my man beater. I mean, that's impressive. I love the physicality of our receivers. I talked about Marion earlier, running through that, not just, trying to be so cute and not be touched. Loved it here from CJ Daniels, big corners trying to get some jam on him. He's going to create separation through physicality right here at the top. 1, 2, 3, in and out with his steps. I was counting live. And you see how much separation this is? Wasn't the best ball from Beck. He's on the run a little bit. Would probably have, look how much separation this is. This is 3 steps. You put this ball right here, CJ can get upfield, right? So look at that separation he made, and then still being QB friendly, going down there making a catch. I thought CJ Daniel had a great game. Obviously, we're going to get to his incredible catch, but when it came to creating separation, once this full game goes out, there's going to be a touchdown that CJ Daniel cooked this guy. Just Beck never saw him. Great job creating separation here. Love this play call. So we're in a 13 set, 1 out, way out here, 3 here, and we're just going to let them clear out. This is just a delayed swing to the running back. Just go ahead and, guys, go ahead and clear. Everybody's worried on Mally. That safety's looking at him. He's going up on Mally on this out. You got this little snag, which is like a slant stop. So you're going inside and you're stopping, getting everybody deep. You see that corner in deep thirds. You see not even on the screen no more. Go ahead, boom, flick it out to your running back. Easy yards, easy first down. We did this a couple of times in different ways. Just an easy check down to Marty Brown, who had a hell of a game. We'll get to him as we get to. I've already talked about him once, but hell of a game for him, man. I know one thing Coach KB, Coach Whittle, and Coach Dawson are going to be talking about really quick is just check right here. This little spacing right here. You'll see them running into each other. So this ball was going here regardless, just off coverage. You see this guy bailing. Carson Beck's going to take that all day. But they might want to check on this. Just make sure we get that spacing right. All right, let's move on. Love it. Cooked them on a second double move earlier. Didn't get the ball. This time he did. You're going to get a clear. Mally's clearing here. We're clearing this way. Now CJ's, I'm stopping, and now I'm going. Great job here from CJ Daniels and Carson Beck just throwing this up, giving him a chance. I mean, yikes. Everybody's seen the pictures. Everybody's seen the screenshots. This is big time. This is a big time play from the receiver position. We've had big time plays over the years, last year and the year before, obviously with Restrepo and Jacoby George, Horton, who's now at Bama. We've had dudes making plays. But just to start off the year with the guy you brought in, a transfer guy, everybody's leaning on him. You're hearing all the good leadership stuff, and he comes out here and he drops a Sports Center top catch. That's setting the vibe. Hard Rock was booming. Everybody was going crazy. This is the player who was talking all that ish. Number 8. Don't worry, I'll get to you. You thought you were catching the pick. No, my guy. No, my guy. Insane, otherworldly catch. And then concentration when you hit the ground and the ball popped a little bit just to make sure I corralled it. There was no doubt in his mind that this was. I can't believe 8 thought he was going to get an interception. Hate that we had, a delay a game coming out of half. Inexcusable. Just going to say that. But love how we executed here. So we're back trips bunch tight here. Carson Beck initially wants to go. This is a stunt. Initially wants to get this ball right here to his tight end. He can't because of this pressure, so he steps up. The reason why he's able to step up because look at Mark Fletcher here in pass protection, helping his offensive lineman out. Right, this guy stunting has a little bit on. He has a little bit on CC. He's getting inside. This guy gave CC a pretty good game. Not gonna lie. Here's Mark Fletcher helping out, allowing Carson Beck to just come up here and go ahead and take this little 5 yards. Right. Nice job. Big 3rd and 8 2x2 set. We motion Mally in. Clearly a zone because they're not locked on. breakdown in coverage here. You see this jam right here? I never want to see this again. CJ get a pass, though. I'm not going to lie, because he went crazy. I don't know if it was by design that he just had this delay, but gets pressure right here. But that, for some reason, also, it works in our advantage because Lofton's just there in that vacated area. So I don't know if that was part of the play or whatnot, but it worked out for us, to be honest. I remember seeing this live, and as soon as I seen JoJo run this yo-yo motion, I knew it was coming. We've been using our receivers in the running game this whole game. I knew it was coming, and Watson put a hat right on that safety. Yes, that's the one who's been talking hella-ish, number 8. He's been getting exposed all day, but you love to see this right here, man. Great job here from CC and Coop. Boom, double team, Lofton one-on-one. You love to see that, and now it's just your oozing talented receiver who's coming off injury, was on a play count. I don't know if you fans know that, but yeah, that's the reason why he barely played. And boom, coming in here, putting a hat on that. And then being hype about it, getting his guy first down. That's just a team player. He didn't even get a pass or a reception, and he's still hype, making blocks for his teammates. That's just good culture. This is not even fair, so we'll be probably taking advantage of defenses. This 2x2 set, you got a tight end here in the wing. We're tight, right? So this is off man. This guy got to follow Mally. Easy. Sell that drag. This guy has to get up and go. You have to respect that. You have Josh Moore looking. It looks like a cross. Looks like a crosser is coming. You're taking advantage of that. Left, right. I'm getting out of there. Get back negative. Ball's right on time. Love the effort here from our running back going downfield. Just great job. Just a great job on offense when it comes to these type of plays. Just schematically drawn up for our player strong suits. I mean, this really fits Malachi Tony. If he can be that guy, tight splits, getting these, free releases and off-man coverage, he's going to eat, man. He's going to eat. Back here in the run game, look at Marion here. Getting through the hole, hat on the football, and then driving through. Look, that's a receiver pushing this guy, who, again, number 8, who was talking a lot of ish, was getting pushed and driven by our receiver 5-6 yards. Tell me you don't like that, man. Our running back going behind the receiver in the hole, turning his legs. I love that. The physicality from the receiver room, I give them all the credit in the world. They showed up. I just hope a little bit more explosive plays come as the games come. But man, I'm sold on this group having a high floor. Seeing our receivers dogging. What do you think our O-line doing? We were wearing down this front, all 8 D tackles. Look at this movement from the right side of the offensive line. We knew this was going to be a strength. We knew it, but just so much movement. You get Big Coop here getting out here to the second level. He just turns around, gets his running back. I'm going to just pull you in, fam. Let me just bring you in. I mean, just the effort, the grit that will not be denied when it comes to short yardage running. Again, we did not bust the 50, 60, 70 yarders, the cute ones. But look at Big Coop talking all that ish back to like 4 Notre Dame players and just dragging them in. Epic stuff. We already talked about it. Anytime there was 5 in the box, they were going to check whatever their play call was to quarterback draw, and they had success with this all night. This is the only thing I wish we saw a little bit more adjustment of, is being ready for that quarterback draw with 5 in the box, because pretty much every time they had it, they pulled that quarterback draw, and for the most times it was successful outside of a couple where we had that inside penetration. When you play in these top 10 matchups, these type of plays are going to happen. I live with this all day. One-on-one bumper run on the outside. This is great coverage, just a better catch. I thought this was, incomplete, and then I seen that forearm underneath, and I just got to give credit where credit's due. That's good defense by OJ. He's swiping through the ball. Look, his hands on the football at its highest point. This is just a great catch. I mean, that's just a great catch. We'll leave it that. But when you play these top 10 matchups at corner, hey, short memory, because a lot of these guys are amazing athletes at receiver. They caught us with a couple nickel blitzes in the run game, and now this time we're going to have Ethan O'Connor blitzing off the edge, and then that's the quick little flat touchdown. So I love the aggressiveness sending our corners, and it worked a lot of times, but sometimes it led to stuff like this. It's a Broward kid, phase on, getting a touchdown, so happy for him to have that moment at least, because we won the game. But again, sending that corner is bit us a little bit. So we'll see how we adjust moving forward. I was shocked when I saw this live. Notre Dame's rushing 3 and just beats. You get a little small chip here from Fletcher, and I just don't know what happened if Mount just misjudged because all this space. But I've never seen 3-man rush Mount getting beat. That's tough to watch. I mean, he's one of our best players, if not the best player. So this is nice for teach tape purposes because even our potential first rounders and top 10 picks, could clean things up on week 1. But this is one of the more unacceptable plays just because of who he is and the standard we have to hold him to. Because I do think he's a top 10 pick. If you guys remember that very first clip, I was talking about OJ Frederick and his physicality defending that screen versus the same great receiver, Jaden Greathouse, who did not have a great game when it came to anything. This immediate blowing this receiver up, getting past this block, gets a hand on the football, it pops up. Scott wish he would have caught this pick straight up, but I get it when you're getting upended. So I've seen Canes fans talk about his hands and stuff. You're getting upended, bro. It's hard to focus on that football when you're about to have to prepare yourself from falling 5-6 feet in the air. So not really mad at Scott, but on the way down, one of the wackiest things ever, he kicks that thing up, which gives Bain enough time to run under it like a punt. And on the punt, he starts just slide on the punt return like he Jeff Thomas or something with that 4 down the sideline. But this all starts because of Damari Brown's physicality. When I told you guys how big he looked, this is what I mean, bro. He can go just pushing people around, mobbing people around, a little messy assist, a crosser, I believe, if I have my soccer terminology correct. Just send a crosser over there to Bain, and now we getting upfield. Look at that, high and tight, baby. High and tight. But I would have been hot if I'm in Little League and they're handing the ball to Ruben Bain 20 times, 30 times a game, bro. I would have been hot. Very vanilla here, straight up. Love this one first, getting on the edge, pulling big Coop. Loved it. Crash down. Have Coop one-on-one with the corner. And Big Mark again running over. Guess who? Number 8. Getting your ass ran straight flat over, my boy. But this drive did get a little dry. So yeah, again, 8 getting ran over, but very vanilla play calling. And during the game, I made a tweet. Any points that put me above, put me 2 possessions, ahead in the fourth quarter, I'm taking. I would have loved more aggressiveness and, hey, we're going to let our quarterback go out and win this game. But at the same time, any points that puts us up 2 possessions in the fourth quarter, I will never deny. Same play from earlier. They catch Popo and Man. This time a little better of a ball from CJ Carr, but still love Popo's ability to get out there and run and tackle one of the most athletic running backs in space, 1v1. I agree with everyone. They were mad about sitting. I don't know why we just gave this quarterback so much easy throws. Why do we have Damari bailing so much, just giving this wide open throw? I just didn't see it. I don't know why we had to give this quarterback an easy time. We just continued to just give up space and space and space. You see our cornerbacks backing up right now. These are big boundary corners. We're bailing so hard. Look how much space this guy has, because this is Xavier Lucas' technique to bail. And I just don't know why. I really don't know why we're just giving this guy these easy, this is a curl, 10, 12 yards, right on time. That's a timing throw. He has 7-8 yards of separation. I just don't know why we were so deep, and we kind of just gave them some momentum on offense just by making them not work for anything. Pitch and catch. Talk about one of my big keys to the game, interior pressure. Look at it, my boy Broward County Moten. Look at this move. It's so fast. Get over it. Making his first career start for show. You know how Coach 30 would say he pissed down his legs. He was so scared. Look at Moten come through. He throwing it to Coach Cristobal. He throwing it to Coach Cristobal. Great job here from Moten. Made impact plays in this game. What we expect from an upperclassman in this type of game. Just look at it. Right through it. you were either about to die and boom, hey Mario, literally. Maybe he was throwing it to KB. This is just inexcusable. We have some man coverage here with the tight end. Don't know if they're supposed to switch off after certain yardage with the safety or not. So I'm not going to act like it's just Touré's fault, but something happened here between the linebacker and whoever is supposed to be over the top of him, because we just cannot we just like literally, we just gave them 3 big plays. Like we were just giving them so much space. Now we're just going to forget a man in man coverage. I don't know if this safety was supposed to just not jump down on this, and he's supposed to be over the top. I would assume so, but we never know these coverages, so I don't like to guess. But there's no way this was supposed to happen. I feel like Toure is supposed to close in this space, and Thomas is supposed to be deep, just in my opinion. And this is what happened, therefore. So hate to see that. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. You're trying to put a team away, and you're letting them get up the field on easy throws, and then you just have a coverage bust. This was just the worst time. You're trying to put a team away. Do we even have to guess the call? It's 5 in the box. You know exactly what they're doing. Everybody knows it's coming. I mean, it's a numbers game. As soon as you get that 4D lineman, only one linebacker in the box here, you're playing nickel here at the goal, in the early red zone. We're going to take that all day. It's something that we're going to have to see how we adjust, because any team with the athletic quarterback in the ACC is going to make that check. Anytime we go 5 in the box, they're going to QB draws for sure. I mean, let's just be real. These are 2 closers getting after the football with Akeem Mesidor and Ruben Bain just dogging this right tackle, just speeding, speed rushing and bending past this left tackle. Imagine you have a DN just winning with power, and then on the other side, you're winning with speed and your dip. I mean, pick your poison, dude. That's just great defense. This quarterback, he's just not trying to take a sack. Obviously, that was a clear intentional grounding call. I was screaming in the stadium, but this comes because of Ruben Bain just get off me, monstrous. And just imagine this highlight looks so good, and then you realize, damn, Akeem Mesidor got to this guy first, and here comes Bain cleaning him off. I mean, Jesus, bro, these 2 guys, hats off to them. They were getting to the quarterback, even with some slight holds from Notre Dame week 1 for the refs too, but thought there was a couple times we could have had a little bit more pressure, and there was a little tug or two here. And like this is like the Warriors' death lineup here. Now you're in a pass situation. You got Ruben Bain and Mesidor rushing from the same side with Blunt and Lightfoot. I mean, just oof. Love to see how this goes. Both of them, Mesidor and Bain, just meeting at the quarterback, and you have Lightfoot and Blunt getting in on the action too. I mean, just that's a pass rush group right there. Putting Lightfoot, Bain, Mesidor, and Blunt on the field at the same time, they don't even get this ball off. Just big time win for the Canes. If you guys are at their stadium, you know how electric it is. Like and subscribe. Check us out here at CanesInSight. Go Canes.